Hi friends, it's Sammy from the Earthy Spoon. Today we're going to make some white bread. Now I did make some white bread the other day, which I'm going to show you, but I did use actual bread flour and I found that's a little bit dense. It tastes beautiful, but it's just not, it's a bit chewy. Like it's just not what I really thought that recipe was going to be like because I used bread flour. So today I'm just going to use some unbleached plain flour and we're going to try that from there. So we're going to do the same thing as my other videos where I'm just going to show you what I'm doing, maybe do a voiceover if I need to, and then come back to you and we're going to compare the loaves. Let's do it.
And just a little fun fact for you, if you don't have a measuring jug, but you have measuring cups which have grams on them, mils and grams are equal to the same amount. Now you're going to add in your plain flour. Now a little tip, I use a fork because I tried to use a spatula at the start and it was not easy. The fork was much easier. It seemed to like blend it through quicker too, so which was pretty good. But just mix that through as you'll start to see it starts to get a bit sticky. Now you don't want it too sticky, so you will see in the video that I do add a little bit of water to mine. If you feel the need to, like if you think that the consistency is not right, then add some water to it. Once that's done, give it a bit of a wrap with cling wrap and let it sit for 30 minutes. Right, now that that's sat for 30 minutes, you'll see that it does puff up because it is covered. So you want to get a little bit of water and just fold. You only want to do 4 or 5 folds. You do not want to overfold it. As you can see, I'm just wetting my fingers each time so that I'm not sticking to the dough. Just fold it over. And then again. And then we're going to rewrap it and let it sit for another 30. After that 30 minutes is up, you'll see that it has puffed up more. You're going to repeat that same process, wetting your fingers, folding over, and then you actually want to flip it over this time and sort of make sure everything has been folded, glad wrap, and sit for another 30. Now that we've folded that, we're going to pop a little bit of plain flour down onto our surface that we're going to be putting the dough onto, and also popping a little bit of plain flour onto the top of the dough. This will stop the dough from sticking to the surface so that we can do the next step without tearing it apart. Now just gently place this down. You don't need to pat the bottom of it. If it doesn't come out, just sit it on top of the surface and it will just fall out on its own. So what we need to do now is stretch it all out. So as you can see that I'm doing, you want to get all the bubbles out. You want to make sure it's not too gooey, too sticky. As you can see, my fingers did stick a little bit, but that is okay. That little bit of stickiness is fine. Now just fold it over like that, and then you want to roll it up and fold off any ends so nothing's open. You want it to all be rolled and sealed up. You can put a little bit more flour on there too if you need to.
Okay, so this has been sitting for 45 minutes, so you can see she's nice and puffed up. I'm now going to put it in the oven at 180 degrees for about 20 minutes, and then I'll come back and I'll show you how she's turned out. Okay, guys, so I ended up putting this in for 25 minutes, and she's pretty hard on that side. Oh, that's hot, don't do that. So let's flip her out of it. Looks good. Look at that. That looks incredible. Oh, it smells amazing. Listen, it already looks a whole lot better than the other loaf that I made. So let's see once it cools down a bit. I'm going to slice them up with some butter and we'll see which one goes the best. So I'll come back to you with that once that's cooled down. But yeah, look at that. Both sides. She looks pretty good.
A few moments later.
Anyway, guys, I actually couldn't wait for it to cool down. I just put some olive oil butter on this. Y'all need to try this recipe. This is good. I may somehow make it so go higher though. Maybe if I use another, maybe baking soda in it. It might help it puff up a bit more. It is big, but it wouldn't be, it's not sandwich loaf. So I'm going to try that next time. Anyway, try this recipe. It's so easy. Let me know how you go. This is delicious. Fresh bread, no preservatives. Literally incredible. All right, guys, we'll go and have fun and we'll catch you around.